Harry has told King Charles he is prepared to ditch Meghan Markle.
Suggestions that Meghan has been going to a few parties recently without Harry.
When Meghan Markle said, "I do," to Prince Harry, the world collectively held its breath. Cameras flashed, headlines gushed, and it seemed like something out of a modern-day Cinderella story. A Hollywood actress with humble beginnings walking into royalty? It was the kind of headline that made tabloids salivate and fairy tale dreamers swoon. Sparkling tiara, centuries-old chapel, royal wave. All of it felt like magic. But beneath the polished surface of that Windsor wedding, something far less glamorous was brewing. Because while the world was busy romanticizing a royal rebellion, Meghan was sizing up the palace. And Harry, she wasn't just marrying a prince. She was entering a centuries-old institution, complete with rules, roles, and very real restrictions. And as it turns out, fairy tales don't come with disclaimers. There were no royal billions waiting in a secret vault. No personal island for weekend getaways. No endless glam squad or lifestyle pass. Just protocols, press scrutiny, and a husband who, as insiders claim, was already emotionally bruised by a fractured royal family. Fast forward to now, and the sparkle of that wedding day has dulled into a different kind of story. One filled with failed projects, crumbling public support, and swirling rumors of a woman no longer content playing Duchess. This wasn't the life Meghan imagined. And for Prince Harry, it's looking more and more like he walked away from a kingdom for a version of California he never signed up for. But this is just the beginning. Because the cracks in the royal dream didn't just form overnight. They were carved by fame, finances, and a hunger for something far bigger than Buckingham. And what came next would change everything.
To get back on talking terms with his family, he'll have to leave Meghan in America.
He is so much better on his own, and the evidence appears to keep adding up.
Meghan Markle didn't walk into the royal family blindly. She walked in with ambition, confidence, and a brand already in motion. From TV sets to red carpets, she'd played the fame game long enough to know how it worked, or so she thought. What she didn't expect was how different royal fame felt from Hollywood hype. And that difference? It would blindside her. To the outside world, becoming a duchess looked like hitting the ultimate jackpot. Castles, elegance, global attention. But for Meghan, reality hit hard and fast. There were no endless fashion budgets, no private jets on demand, no instant influence. Instead, she stepped into a tightly controlled machine where tradition outweighed personality and where headlines could turn hostile overnight. What Meghan thought would be a level up turned out to be more like a lockdown. Every outfit was scrutinized, every gesture interpreted, every silence analyzed. The woman who once blogged freely about lifestyle tips now had to seek approval just to wear a certain shade of nail polish. And then there was the money, or lack of it. The fantasy of unimaginable royal wealth quickly unraveled. Harry wasn't a billionaire prince with blank checks and luxury estates at his disposal. His inheritance, while comfortable by most standards, paled in comparison to the public's perception. Meghan traded independence for privilege, but discovered the privilege came with more chains than keys. Behind closed doors, things weren't glittering. The royal protocols grew suffocating. The family dynamics? Icy at best. And Meghan, who built her persona on empowerment, suddenly found herself in a world where she was expected to smile, nod, and stay quiet. And then came the move to Montecito, sold as a fresh start, but really a high-priced retreat from a world she couldn't control. A multi-million-dollar mortgage, a shrinking pool of allies, and a husband who seemed more haunted than healed. It wasn't the glamour she signed up for, it was an illusion collapsing in real time. But this wasn't the breaking point. That came later, when the brand she tried to build began to buckle under its own weight. And the world started to notice. For a while, it looked like Meghan Markle had managed the impossible, leaving the royal family and landing on her feet. The interviews, the Netflix deal, the Spotify partnership, this was supposed to be her reinvention era. A global icon breaking free from the firm and writing her own script. But behind the polished PR campaigns and glossy magazine spreads, something darker was happening. The brand was breaking. Quietly at first, then all at once. The public's curiosity turned to criticism. Viewers tuned into her projects not out of admiration, but out of skepticism. Her Netflix docuseries was called overproduced and self-serving. Her Spotify podcast acts before it ever found its footing. Even her attempt at a lifestyle brand, a cooking show complete with fruit-cutting tutorials, became meme fuel. Remember the pineapple clip? That single moment went viral for all the wrong reasons, mocked for being tone-deaf and embarrassingly staged. What started as a royal glow-up morphed into a PR freefall. Critics weren't subtle. Late-night hosts took jabs. Online forums lit up. Even former fans began to question the authenticity of the empowerment narrative. Meghan, once seen as a bold voice challenging the establishment, was now being accused of something worse, being boring, bland, contrived. And in Hollywood, that's career poison. The numbers told the story. Declining podcast listenership, tanking viewer retention, failed attempts to revive her influencer image through charity appearances and vague empowerment speeches. Each venture was met with less applause, more eye rolls. The Meghan Markle brand, once hailed as revolutionary, was now looking more like a string of vanity projects no one asked for. But it wasn't just public perception unraveling. Behind the scenes, industry insiders began backing away. Strategic allies went silent. Oprah didn't follow up with another sit-down. The Obamas, once part of her elite circle, kept their distance. Even Tyler Perry, who famously lent the couple his California home, seemed to fade from the picture. The once tight circle of supporters was thinning and fast. And Meghan? She wasn't blind to it. According to those in the know, the whispers hit her hard. Not just about the brand, but about what it meant for the future. Because when your image starts slipping and your projects start failing, Hollywood doesn't send flowers. It stops returning your calls. But Meghan isn't one to sit still. When the empire began to wobble, she didn't wait around. She started looking for the next move. And that's where things really start to shift. They started as a force, two rebels rewriting the royal playbook. But now, that united front is starting to fracture. Meghan is showing up at elite parties alone. Harry, meanwhile, is spotted looking more relaxed without her, happier, even. Whispers say he's been spending time away from their Montecito mansion in a quiet guest house nearby. Space, they say. Peace. The chemistry? Off. The body language? Tense. And while Meghan is out working a room, Harry's reportedly opting for solitude and surf. They still share a brand. But the partnership? It's looking more like a contract than a connection. And Meghan? She might already be preparing her next act, one that doesn't include a co-star. Rumors are swirling, and they're getting louder. Meghan's been spotted mingling at exclusive galas, private dinners, and invite-only Silicon Valley circles. The guest lists? Full of names with private jets and billion-dollar portfolios. One name keeps popping up: Elon Musk. No confirmed link, but the speculation alone has tabloids on fire. Sources say Meghan's aligning herself with the ultra-rich, pitching new ventures and shopping for power, not romance, strategy. Because in her world, proximity equals opportunity. And Meghan doesn't chase planned BS. She crafts them. Hollywood was once obsessed. Now, it's rolling its eyes. The Netflix deal? Lukewarm. The podcast? Gone. The cooking show? A joke. Even former allies are walking away. Brooke Shields publicly mocked her overused "I wrote to a soap company at 11" story. Oprah? Silent. The Obamas? Ghosted. Tyler Perry? Quiet. The Duchess glow has dimmed. And in Hollywood, fading relevance is fatal. The message is clear. Meghan's star power is no longer a sure thing. At first, it was just internet gossip. Now, insiders say the word divorce is circling behind closed doors. No legal filings. No public fallout. But Meghan's team is reportedly discussing rebranding and starting fresh. Translation? She's planning the next chapter. Harry wants stability. Meghan wants expansion. And when those worlds collide, someone has to bow out. He gave up everything for love, his country, his titles, his role. And now he's being reduced to a background extra. At public events, Meghan commands the spotlight. Harry smiles and nods. Friends say he's isolated, confused, and maybe, just maybe, regretting the deal. He left a kingdom for freedom, but what he got was a supporting role in someone else's show. The fairy tale cracked. The brand is bruised. The marriage? Under watch. But Meghan Markle isn't done. Sources say she's mapping out a comeback. New allies, new ventures, a rebrand not as Duchess, but as mogul. Because for Meghan, the ending isn't divorce. It's reinvention. And the next chapter? It might just shock everyone.